Morning all. Another day, another dollar. Struggling a bit. Sorry, over the last few days. Simply since I flattened the batteries of the engine a few days ago by inadvertently not removing the radio sort of feed from the engine compartment, which I didn't realise was going through the solar system. It was just a brain fart. I just didn't realise after 4 days it had drained the batteries and I couldn't start it. So anyway, I tried to jump it and I started it the next day and it was no problem, and I run it for a bit and whatever. But evidently my main batteries are going flat, the leisure batteries are going flat, because I've had no sun here at all whatsoever, and because I haven't been able to start the vehicle, I can't charge them up anyway, because the engine is basically the generator to charge everything up, you see. So I run that for a little bit, but not being able to start again for the last few days. My last hope was thinking last night, tossing and turning in bed because I was so hot and sort of frustrated, only because of the vehicle not starting, and so I went to plan B, and I suddenly realised I've got a spare charger on the van, which was this thing here. Oops, laser. That, which was fitted some time ago by a nice man called Dave Marler, and this was fitted in the back as a system for when you plug in your main power lead, and that charges up my batteries. Well, so I've disconnected that, temporarily wired it to a spare cable which I've got, and connected it up to the engine batteries, and used the leisure batteries on power to charge. They lasted just about an hour to charge the main engine batteries up, and as you can hear, the engine's running. I prayed, kept my fingers together, put the key in the ignition, and literally by the time it didn't even turn over about half a turn, and then burst into life. So at the moment now I've got the engine running. I'm charging the main engine batteries, I'm charging the main leisure batteries, and I'll use the engine running for quite a bit of time now. Anyway, I'm going to have a shower, a bit of a shower in the shave. But very frustrating, but lessons to be learned basically. I have heavily moved the radio off onto the leisure battery side, but so frustrating not being able to start the vehicle when you've got engine batteries which are flat. A lesson painfully learned, but once again sorted it out, managed to work it out by myself. No other people were hurt making this video. The dog is quite happy, he's got sore feet because of the walk yesterday, but generally speaking, yeah, fine. Lamberris, lovely place. Sadly I've just watched people pull up in a car and chuck the rubbish out, but I don't feel like as I can say nothing because I'm not supposed to be in this car park, but I have been for some time. Two ladies, and just chucked the rubbish out of the vehicle, and yeah, well, scutters. And so basically there, got to stop saying basically. So that's the day. I had a cracking walk yesterday. The day before, another cracking walk around the lake and the reservoir yesterday. Got some good height when you're climbing here. I recommend Lamberris actually. Fantastic walks. A lot of it's closed, being there's the time of the year. But really, I've had no problem on the car park. I've been here now for 4 or 5 days. I've had nobody trouble me, and I've been on my own in the car park, you know, most of the days. I think there's 2 cars in the car park, or 3. People usually come here, put some money in the machine and off they trot for a walk, or get the bikes out, like I've seen somebody with a couple of bikes, and off they go. But there's Jack. You're chilling out, mate. It is a bit brighter. It's very cloudy, very windy last night. The van was rocking and rolling, all for the wrong reasons, but hey ho. And there you go. I've got the vehicle started. I run that for quite a bit of time now basically. check and stock things what I want. I might spend another few days here actually until I'll get moved on, and I've found out another couple of spots down the road here, but only move when I feel like I want to move, if you understand. Then what I'll probably do is head up towards Carnarvon, and then down the other side in between Snowdon and the other place, and have a look down that side. There's no rush, that's the thing, there's no rush. I've been not bothered at all. I mean, it's a 30-foot motorhome. Nobody's harassed me. I've spoke to a couple of the workmen that've been quite fine, Welsh, but quite fine. That's a joke. Anyway, my people, my friends, wherever you are, it's come up to that magic time, Christmas. I shall be celebrating with a can of Shandy Bass, devil, and I'll see what we've got, see what happens later. Keep everything charging, keep the peace, people. Cheers, see you all.